Thirsty on the east side of town? Well, head to a WNST favored King Discount Liquors on Pulaski Highway, just inside the Beltway. They have it all.
I'm Johnny Bev down at King Liquors. Come and see me for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer.
Don't forget to give the King a ring.
This interview process that allowed me an opportunity to learn a lot about the Atlanta Falcons, and I think that was very, very important to me, and I'm going to continue to gather information. But I think the thing that we're going to do is we're going to approach it that we're going to be accountable to ourselves, we're going to be accountable to one another, and we're going to be accountable to the organization. I think if you're accountable, then you're going to be disciplined. I really believe that.
Coach, when you leave from Jacksonville to go to Atlanta, there's a guy like Del Rio saying, you can take one guy, you can take two, but you can't take 3, 4, 5. How does that work for you?
Well,
reaching back,
it's a very difficult situation in terms because a number of the guys are under contract, and that's the way this league is set up. Most guys have contracts that are moving forward for at least a year. Jack and I had a couple conversations about the staff members and who we would maybe consider to allow. And Jack and I have worked together for 5 years there in Jacksonville. Prior to that, we worked for 3 years in Baltimore, so we have a very good relationship. We were able to come to a consensus on a couple of the decisions.
Quarterback-wise, have you delved into it at all? I mean, you had a little bit of a Byron Leftwich, a little bit of a Joey Harrington, a little bit of Chris Redmond. Have you thought about it at all? And obviously, a lot of people in the league are looking at the Falcons and saying you guys are going to be potentially looking for a pick in the first round, quarterback in the first round of the draft.
Well, Drew, right now, I can't really talk specifically about the roster. I know that I have some familiarity with Byron. I have some familiarity with Chris. Chris was with us when I was there in Baltimore. And, of course, over the last 3 years, kind of ironically, we've played Joey Harrington. So I do have familiarity with all three of those guys. But the biggest thing that we have to do as a staff right now is we've got to learn our roster. And that's what we've been doing for the last week. Our coaches have been spending a lot of time watching tapes, evaluating the roster. I think first and foremost we have to do that. And then the second step is that we have to delve into evaluating the free agent market. The free agent market is going to open on February 29th. And of course, we're going to, with Thomas and his staff, we're going to evaluate the free agency market and see if there are any players that we can bring in to augment our roster.
What's been the biggest difference for you so far? What's been the one thing that's provided
better paycheck?
Well, every day is a learning experience. I've had an opportunity to work with some guys that moved from being an assistant. Marvin Lewis there was the defensive coordinator that I worked with. Mike Nolan has moved on to be a head coach. Jack Del Rio. So all of those guys were on our staff there in Baltimore. So they've been mentors sort of to me in terms of what to expect. But no matter what they tell you, you just can't get enough information in terms of what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis.
What Jack Del Rio said when you told him the news?
He gave me a big hug, and he was very, very excited. Very, very excited. And I was.
You play them this year, by the way? I don't have the schedule.
No, we don't.
No, okay.
We played. The Falcons and the Jaguars played each other this past season.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably going to be about 3 years down the road. But
that's good.
He did tell me. He said, "When we meet, I'm going to try to whip your butt." And I said, "Ditto from me as well."
Bring it on, right?
That's right.
Good luck, and we will.
I just want to say one thing. In the book I wrote on the Super Bowl team, I don't feel like I was fair to you for his title was what? Defensive assistant. And I called him, like I said, he was kind of the stats guy. I think I wrote in the book, and he gave me grief about that forever. And now you're a head coach in the league. My bad. But I knew it all the time.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff.
All right, yes, sir.
Hey, Mike, thanks.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you very much.
Okay.